prosil za en aplauz za našega gosta, Mr. Nathan Corbetta. Prosim en aplauz za njega. Seveda še en aplauz za njegovega asistenta Miša Bačulova iz Slovenia.
Well, firstly, I'd like to just thank everyone for coming today. It's a pleasure to be here. I've been honoured to travel through Europe and do this seminar tour, so I appreciate everyone coming.
So Nathan, thank you for coming to Novo, Slovenia, for holding this seminar, which was very interesting for both the beginners and more experienced fighters, and of course welcome to the place, the Scorpion Gym, Novo Mesto.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's been amazing to be in Slovenia all together, and obviously the Scorpion Gym.
Yeah. So how do you feel? What's your assessment of today's seminar?
I think the standard level is high. You know, I've travelled a lot through Europe now, and the base level of the understanding kickboxing and Muay Thai is quite high. So it's just a matter of just constantly fine tuning it, and the game today hopefully offered that extra little skill to add to the already great techniques that you guys are doing.
What I found most interesting is that you didn't discredit any other style. You said that this is the style I fight in, but usually some guys, some coaches come and say like this is the only way. This is how you have to throw a punch, throw a kick. So how did you come to realize that there that no style is perfect for everybody? It's not universal.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I guess the more I stepped into teaching, the more I realised that I can't just no one can just be me. I can't put my mind into you. I can only transfer the techniques as the best I can into you. So that gave me the ability to understand myself first about why I do what I've done and why I stand a certain way and attack a certain line, as opposed to others move a different way. So if I were to discredit others, for example, if I say that the straight line is a good technique for the elbow, by not saying by saying that's the only way, I'm discrediting the other trainers that have abilities to move off to the side and throw hooks and bombs. So it's never really about anyone else. Like when people ask me to come for a seminar, I put myself there and go, well, they're invited me to teach them what I've done. Not what I've learned or seen on TV. I could easily come there and show you some, triple high kicks and jump knees and all this stuff and make a real spectacular seminar. Like, it's a show, come watch the carnage show. I'm not about that. I'm about saying, okay, this is what we do. There's training techniques, training availabilities you can do. Then I'll say, watch this fight on YouTube. You can see this technique, this technique, this technique. Why do I do it this way? How do I do it this way? And teach more from that aspect. So never putting anyone else down.
Of course, I'd agree with that. Also, you said previously at the seminar that people were asking you about there is a fighter that you were particularly afraid of, and you said that there in fact was none because it's common that all people have fear.
Yes.
When Costamaro said, you cannot. If somebody tells you he's not afraid, he's either lying or he's a psychopath, right? So everybody has fear, but still, is there a particular style that you are not really fond of, or you find it really hard to figure out?
There's no style. I just don't like unorthodox fighters. You know, like I say it all the time to promoters that, you know, names don't make fights, styles make fights. You know, you can have this name versus this name, but he's a runner, he's a mover, he's a stand-up fighter, and it doesn't glue. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden it's like an orthodox and a southpaw together sometimes doesn't glue. It glues for the southpaw, but not the orthodox. He can't get his ability out. So there's no particular one style that, you know, frustrates me. I had a little bit of a psychological issue about fighting tall people because when I was fighting at cruiserweight, you know, I always used to fight people around the same height or a bit shorter, but they were maybe thicker than me. So I never mind the weight, but I didn't like the height, you know. So then if they were like 100 kilos this tall, no problem. If they're 100 kilos this tall, I'm like, I don't want to go. Yeah. So, you know, nothing too tall, but I have fought tall people and beat them. I've actually knocked them out. So in saying that, I've found a way. Come in, just explode in, and bam, come underneath, you know, over the top.
Of course.
No, just awkward fighters. Just awkward fighters. People that they look like spastics. They shouldn't even be a professional fighter, but they are, you know, and they are. So without discrediting them,
yeah, okay.
Just that kind of awkwardness.
Yeah. Also, probably your would you say that victory against Spong was your greatest victory, or you wouldn't agree with that?
To be honest with you, no.
Yeah.
That victory was taken from me, and I never really felt much about that. You know, I was just like, felt quite down. Probably one of the biggest victories for me was 2007 when I fought in Scandinavia. I fought in the K1. I hadn't fought in 6 months. I couldn't get a fight. I just knocked out Clifton Brown for the second time for the WMC Cruiserweight World Title defence. And then I couldn't get a fight for 6 months, so I went to Sweden, fought in a 91 kilo tournament, so it was a little bit above the fight weight I was fighting. And yeah, I was had the credibility, but I was kind of the underdog. I wasn't really supposed to win it. And I won 3 fights against 3 world champions in one night. Again, in K1 rules. So that really is a standout moment, like that real gladiator feeling. 3 fights, one night, all busted up in Stockholm, Sweden, 10,000 people. And by the end of the night, I had the Swedish, you know, on my side. It was blonde hair. That was more of that. There's more of a memorable moment than the actual Spong fight.
Okay, great. Two last questions. You mentioned southpaw. You mentioned orthodox. You know, there's the biggest hype going on right now around the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. You also mentioned Pacquiao, like putting your effort into the energy and creating the energy of another fighter. So what's your prediction for this fight?
Look, my prediction, I guess, is that Mayweather is one of those slippery fighters that just sort of diffuses people, you know, and Pacquiao is going to be aggressive and he's going to go, and Mayweather is going to be slick. We've never seen Mayweather on the canvas, so we can't say he's got a chin. Mm-hmm. So at this stage, we can't discredit that. We can only go off the evidence that he's won 44-0, I think it is. 47 is it? Mm-hmm. 47-0, and Pacquiao has been stopped. So my heart is with Pacquiao. My prediction is if it's a 12-round fight, Mayweather. If it's a 12-round fight, Mayweather will shine on his slickness.
Okay, so for the last question is, you talked about psychological aspects of fighting. So what would you like to say to all the fighters who are watching this interview, watching this video, who strive to become champions or just good fighters or accomplish something?
There's a few things. Is firstly, you know, when you're going through those moments of doubt, and you know, you're feeling the fear, and you're not feeling confident. It's just take yourself back and remember, you know, why you started the journey in the first place. You know that you wanted to, you know, achieve things, and you wanted to be strong. So when you feel that doubt, just take yourself back to the reason why you're there. You know, take away all the flashing lights and all the rest of it, and just back to the base of why you're there, and you want to, you know, build yourself and get stronger. Secondly to that is, like I said, psychologically, when you get to the fight, you know, and you're feeling the fear, you're in the ring, adrenaline's pumping, you make that decision, it's you or me. And just be that animal and just go, you know what, it's you or me. So you're basically saying, okay, have me. Or, I'm having you. And the last one is focused aggression. You must have focused aggression. You have to have aggression, and sometimes you have to have bad intentions. But doesn't mean you're a bad person. You go in there, you win the fight, you do what you have to do with focused aggression. Okay, because if you're unfocused, you're going to get caught. You're going to knock someone down, they're going to get back up, you're going to run at them like a madman, and he's going to throw an elbow and knock you out. You've got to take the time to be an assassin. So focused aggression, remember why you're there, and him or you.
Thank you, Nathan.